Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Wednesday, the 24th day of December. Here we go. This is the last day of Chanukah, and if you don't already know it, the last day of Chanukah is considered the most special of all of the days of Chanukah. It's called, in all of the speech, the Svarim that write things about it, it's called Zos Chanukah. This is Chanukah. The reason is because on the last day we read the 8th Nasi, and the 9th, 10th, the 11th, and the 12th, and then there's a summary that says Zos Chanukah HaMizbeach. This is the dedication of the Mizbeach, as the 12 Nasiim, the 12 princes or leaders, did it. Now, because of that, we call the Torah reading of that day the Torah reading of Zos Chanukah. And a lot of people call the entire day Zos Chanukah. And in all of the writings, in all kinds of books, there are very, very many special things written about this day, and I want you to know some of them. First of all, there are great rabbis who say that if you pray diligently on the 8th day of Hanukkah for things like a woman who's not able to have children, or someone who needs a refuah shlema to be healed from a sickness, or let's say someone who needs parnasa, they need help with making their weekly and monthly sustenance, that this is a fantastic time to pray for those kinds of things on the 8th day of Hanukkah. The Arizal, a great Kabbalist of hundreds of years ago, said, at least he's supposed to have said, that just like Yom Kippur is the final seal, but Hoshana Rabbah, on one of the last days of Chol HaMoed, Sukkot kind of puts a final seal on it. He says that Zos Chanukah, the 8th day of Chanukah, really seals the deal, and therefore people should pray with great, great intention on the 8th day of Chanukah. Rav Moshe Wolfson was quoted to have said that the 8th day of Chanukah is like Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah all wrapped up into one day. Imagine how powerful that statement is, and how you might want to think about spending some time alone with God praying on the 8th day of Chanukah. The Riziner, he's one of the great Hasidic rabbis, he said that it's like Ne'ilah on Yom Kippur, just like when the gates are closing on Yom Kippur and you have the sort of like your best attachment to God at that moment. He says that the 8th day of Chanukah is the same. Other rabbis talk about how young ladies who are waiting for their bashert, waiting to find their shidduch, their match forever in matrimony, that looking at the 8 candles lit on the 8th day of Hanukkah would be a fantastic segula. That means it would kind of lead to the merit of having this be the year that they find their very special shidduch. Remember that this is all not Baba Mises, as some people might think, because the Gemara itself in Shabbos on Daf Chaf Gimel says very clearly that if somebody is careful to light candles, and according to Rashi that could refer to Shabbos candles and Hanukkah candles, he will merit having sons that are Talmidei Chachamim, children that are Talmidei Chachamim. So please bear that in mind and realize that this is not just like funsy stuff that we say, oh, daven your eyes out on the 8th day of Hanukkah. It's even alluded to in the Talmud. I'll tell you one last one here, and that is that one of the Hasidic Rebbes said that we begin the reading on the final day of Hanukkah with the reading, of course, of the 8th Nasi, because we have been doing one a day. Just on the last day we go 8 through 12, but we read about the sons of Menashe. And the Nasi of that day was Gamliel ben Pedatsur, and he says that even alluded to in those words is this same kind of concept again, because Bnei Menashe, sons of Menashe, are the sons of the forgotten. That's what the word Menashe can mean, and we are basically saying, if you have forgotten us, God, please, on this day, awaken your memory to us, etc., etc. And then the name of the actual prince, the Nasi of that 8th day, is Gamliel ben Pedatsur, and there are beautiful allusions even in his name, because Gamliel kind of stands for Gamli, Kale, also to me, God, saying that I am a ben, Gamliel ben, also to me, God, the son of Pedei Tzur, and that means Tzur is the rock, which refers to God, and Pedei is the Redeemer. So even in the name of the Nasi, of the prince that brought his sacrifice on the 8th day in the inauguration of the temple, There it is alluded to this eighth day spiel and how we would love to beseech God and say, as Hanukkah winds down, I don't just say, oh, yippee, I lit all 8 candles, but I realize the great, great significance of coming close to God as the holiday of Hanukkah climaxes in its final day when all of the candles are lit. Hope that all made sense. Just remember that you're entering a very special day called Zos Hanukkah. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.